I didn't grow up in a Christian home. My parents were Christian, but it was not talked about too much. We didn't go to church a lot. But in high school, I started thinking a lot about this kind of stuff, and I made a pretty good case against Christianity. I've always been a people person, and I saw things that that Christianity and people who claim to follow Christ did to me and my friends, and I decided that if that's what it's about, I don't want to be about that. And I made a pretty good case for myself. I hung out with a lot of non-Christian and Christian people. My best friends was about split, and we had always gotten along, agreed on everything. So my view was, why does it matter? Well, I could do this on my own. I don't need anything to keep me in line, And so towards the end of the senior year, I was changing. I was becoming not okay with things that I was okay with before. I was in a relationship with an awesome girl that I had been obsessing over for a long time, and we weren't getting along anymore. And we broke up, and it was tough, but I got over it. I was coasting, I was cruising. I thought I was fine, and so I was at a hardcore show one night from a band called For Today, a Christian hardcore band, and they had been my favorite band for a while. I've been to many of their shows, and they played one of their songs, Agape, and I got kicked in the head, and it was a very light kick comparatively, but I just started sobbing, and I was thinking, man, that wasn't that bad of a kick, why am I crying? I couldn't stop, and I realized that, just clicked that everything I believed was wrong, and that God was real, and that He loved me, and I just felt it. I felt it, and after the show, I was pretty broken up, because imagine everything that you believed and hold true just being wrong, and you can't come up with one reason why. And all I wanted to do was talk to my friend Kelly, who's a strong, Jesus-loving guy in my life, and I just wanted to talk to him. And just so happened we ended up being in a car alone together on the way home. And so he asked me what was wrong, and I just broke down and started crying. And I was like, told him what had happened, and he started crying too, harder than I was crying. And he said, TJ, I love you. I've been praying for you every day, and God is excited to meet you. I talked to him about you a lot. And I said, Kelly, man, I've read the Bible. I've gone to church. It sucked. What do I do? And he said, the Bible's a great book, the best book ever written. It's the truth, but nothing compares to a real relationship with God. And just like any other relationship, you have to get to know Him. You have to talk to Him. So I was like, Kelly, you talk to God? What are you talking about? But I took a step of faith. I started talking to God. I started going to this group called Tiffany at Home. And ever since then, my life has been immensely better. It's hard to live and fight to live without knowing what you're fighting for, and I have something to fight for now, and that's the love of Jesus Christ. And looking back, everything that I had seen before as a claim against Christianity, I now see glorifying God. My friends show Jesus' love, and everyone, and just, the misconceptions I had about Christianity are wrong. All it's about is loving God and loving people, and that's the most important thing. I just hope that I know there's people that feel like I left them for God, and I just hope they don't feel that way, because that's not what happened at all. I look back at my story and I see God running after me when I didn't want anything to do with Him, and it's beautiful. So I'm TJ, this is my story. What's yours?